Greetings, folks, and welcome to another installment of the Divine Art Critique Show. Today, I've got a special guest. This is Frank Russo, and he's here to talk about this particular painting with us today, as he's been part of that. He was a major, facilitator of this painting coming to pass. So, Frank, would you like to introduce yourself today to the people?
Yes, my name is Reverend F.J. Russo Jr., and I have a master's degree in divinity from the New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. I was also licensed by Kennefer Baptist a while back, and I'm a major in Hebrew and Greek, understanding the Bible thoroughly from cover to cover. And I was involved with my brother here. He had worked at Domino's, and he said he does paintings. And I talked to a deceased charismatic priest before he passed away. He said that he wanted to have a painting done of the image of the Shroud of Turin. And so I talked to Brother Greg about it, and he introduced the Rainbow Jesus.
God has given me a great vision. He's given me signs. And he's trying to talk to people in different ways. You know, he's trying to reach people any way he can, and I believe that's why he's started this art career in my life at 60 years old, which is great for me because let's just get started, right? Just a number. Right? I'm like what did George Foreman say? I'm just a growing boy. I love that about him. But and he's a Christian too, by the way. So anyway, I want to get on down to what we're doing here. So yes, I got an art commission from the Catholic Church through my dear brother here. Was commissioned to do a portrait from a Catholic priest. We're not going to say who that is because we want to keep this confidential and not step on anybody's toes, right? Which is fine. But the man said he wanted something done according to the Shroud of Turin. Now, most artists are going to be real creative, and in my case, I get real creative. Somebody says do something, well, I'll go overboard and do a bunch more than what I was supposed to do. So he said, just do the Shroud of Turin. That's all you need. Just go right off the Shroud of Turin. And I went by the Shroud of Turin, but then I started thinking, this is for the Catholics, right? And I have been in the past now, I've been doing Christian art since '94, and I've been criticized, by the art community, well, not the art community, but the Christian community for a lot of my art. And that just kind of goes without saying, right? I mean, if people, there's how many divisions of Christianity is there now? Everybody wants to be right, how many, there's probably, 50 different sects of Christianity now. You have the Methodists, the Lutherans, the Episcopalians, the Catholics. They're all Christians, but they all want to be right too. So I don't want to get in any trouble. But yeah, so I don't think I remember Jesus ever going, wow, well, it's Peter, I'm going to build my church on this rock, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. But then we're going to cut into about 50 different segments. He didn't say that. So. Am I going to get in trouble for saying stuff like this? I don't know. If I do, too bad, because, I'm already 60 anyway. Who's going to care? Maybe they will. I don't know. We'll cut that part out if we have to. But yeah, so let me get back to what I was talking about here. So I got carried away. I said, okay, fantastic. People criticize me for painting halos on my Christian art in the past. They said, well, that's New Age. You put the halo on there, You can't put the halo on there because, everybody associates that with New Age. Well, that was back in the mid-'90s, and that's when the New Age movement was really big, right? It was like New Age, this, and you got to watch out for New Age. And you put that halo on there, well, you got a New Age thing going on. So they criticized me about that. But, things changed from then, and, they weren't really worried about New Age as much anymore. So, but anyway, I took the opportunity. I said, now I get to paint a halo, and it's going to be okay this time. I can just go nuts with the halo, right? So, I got into the halo. I love color, as you all know. Color's good. 7 colors in the rainbow. if you include black, primary and secondary, red, yellow and blue, orange, green, and purple. So you have your primary, secondary, and black, which is all of them mixed together. But anyway, so I love color, and I started on this painting right here. I did some shrouded turn reference and got the face just right, and I did some other, reference like Michelangelo did. He used a few models here and there, which I did, but I don't want to give too much of that away. But anyway, so the face just came about, and who knows what Jesus really looked like. I did put a link on my website that goes to a great page that goes into detail about all these physical accounts of Jesus, people who saw him, Roman leaders, and so forth. And it's pretty amazing. It's got Josephus in there, but it's a bunch of other stuff too. A bunch of other visual accounts. It's pretty amazing what they talked about Jesus. Some of them said he had blue eyes. Some of them said his hair was bleached from the sun. And said he was blonde. Some of them said he had a unibrow. I wasn't really into unibrow. It's not something I want to put on my Jesus. But who knows? But so I did kind of introduce some lightness in the hair, so I could get the colors to come out in the rainbow Jesus. But the halo, I put all the colors in the halo, right? And just so happens, it came out to be a rainbow halo. So then I got to think, it's all finished basically, and now I had a rainbow on Jesus. And I started thinking, wait a minute, has the rainbow been redefined lately? Maybe has it been redefined? Maybe a little bit. Maybe some people got some different ideas about what the rainbow is today. So I said, oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't have put a rainbow with Jesus. Okay, no barking dogs. We're doing a video. And but then God spoke to me. Honestly, He did. He goes, Greg, go to Genesis 9:11. Right here, 9:11. Okay, of all scriptures. Now that scripture right there is where God begins to describe the covenant that He made with all of creation, Noah and the animals. And that's where He describes it as a covenant, where He will not bring a flood ever again upon the face of the earth to destroy it with a flood. Good news, right? So it had to do with everything. And so the rainbow is pretty sacred. It's very sacred, as a matter of fact. So I would believe strongly that that the rainbow that God is speaking through this art, and it's maybe people that want to purchase it, they don't have to talk about it. People want to enjoy the art, they don't have to talk about it. I didn't say much about it on here. I just kind of put down here real small, Genesis 9:11. But I believe this is actually a sign from God for these times, that He wants to kind of, like if you look in Daniel 7:25, it says they will try to change the times and the laws. That's all going on today. And we're redefining a lot of things today too. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff's getting redefined. What meant something, a few years ago is now something different. Today it's just crazy. But this thing on the rainbow was crucial. And I think that's why God, I didn't set out to I call it Rainbow Messiah now. But I didn't set out to make this. It was just through a set of circumstances that God allowed me to allow this to come to pass. So now you got the Rainbow Messiah, and people haven't said a whole lot about it. What else do we want to say? Do we want to say anything else about this?
Well, the rainbow is symbolizing, like God said that He would never flood the earth and kill all mankind ever again.
Right.
And so that was His covenant that He made, and He kept His promise. So every time we see a rainbow in the sky, we're reminded that God is keeping His word.
And something else that's important. I tried to find this on the internet, but it was in a documentary. There was some documentaries about the Earth. A Privileged Planet, I think, was one of them. But they went into a lot of the science And one of them, I can't remember which one it was, but I have trouble finding it on the internet. But I distinctly remember the scientist talking about the molecular structure of the water molecule, and that they can show that he was showing through science how it went through a change back. How many thousands of years ago was that? It did a change. The water molecule never produced a rainbow until after this change came about, and it was something that had to do with almost on a quantum physics level. But if I ever find that, I will put it on my on this video so you can check it out. It's pretty amazing, and I just want to give all the glory to God for letting this come about. I think that's basically all I really wanted to say right now. Frank is also my salesman. He's done a great job for me. I'm very grateful to God for Frank. He's been out there showing my art to people and seeing if people are interested. And also in this video, I said on my last video that I would start to describe my vessels and what that means, but I'm not going to do it yet because I haven't got a lot of feedback from people about the vessels. Like I said, I want people to start critiquing, giving their opinion and making an analyzation of the art. And, that's what people used to do a while back. They used to sit around and they could talk about art and they'd say, what that means to me is this and that. And they'd kind of speak from art. You don't get it. That's kind of going away. I think that's a kind of a trait of humanity that's kind of maybe dissipating because there's a lot of fear these days. I'm just saying, let's bring it back. That's speaking from your inner man. That's who we really are.